South Africa has 6 major cement producers and is a major employer. Among the players, they have the capacity of producing between 22 and 23 million tons of cement annually. However, consumption is only 12 to 13 million tons, which is half the capacity. Brian Perry, the CEO of the Cement and Concrete Association of South Africa, explains why.
That's largely because after the 2010 World Cup, government has just not spent anything on infrastructure. So there's a lot of spare capacity, and currently there are imports, about 1.5 million tons per year are coming in of imports, largely from Vietnam and Pakistan.
Perry says the challenge with imports is that they do not have the same cost structure as the local producers have.
For example, we are subject to carbon tax on the product. They are not, because they don't generate CO2 in South Africa. So it's still being generated wherever they're making the cement, but they don't pay the carbon tax in South Africa. Because they're not producing clinker, they don't have mines, so they don't have all the costs implicated with the mining charter that our local producers have. And then also our social and labour plans that we've got to comply with, for all our employees.
Elton Vumbi is one of the players in the cement value chain. His business relies on the cement industry's ecosystem. One of his goals was to contribute to the high unemployment rate by establishing Elton's Ready Mix. So far, he's employing more than 30 people, ranging from admin staff to drivers. He acknowledges the difficulty of getting into the industry.
Ready Mix business is quite a very challenging business, I must say. There's quite a lot of barriers to entry. You need quite a lot of financial stability. You need a strong technical know-how of understanding the product itself, so that you are able to maneuver around the competitiveness of this industry.
Vumbi says the importation of cement is a challenge that trickles down to even a smaller player like him.
Unfortunately, on our side, when they're producing less, they're throttling the supply and increasing the demand. Hence, the price of the cement is increasing almost twice a year. We've got a price increase just recently that we got letters from our suppliers. If you bring in cement in at a cheaper price, that will help me as a consumer to reduce my cost price, and I will be able to be competitive.
In February, government announced that public sector infrastructure spending over the 2023 medium-term period is estimated at 903 billion rands.
The government needs to start spending money on infrastructure. I mean, you know that our infrastructure is failing. Water treatment plants, sewage treatment plants, our roads. The one government department that is spending is SANRAL. Unfortunately, a lot of the money they're spending is in KZN and the Eastern Cape. There's big bridges in the Eastern Cape. And then also a lot of the freeway from Maritzburg to Durban and the Durban surrounds. There's a huge amount of work going in there, but you can't transport cement from Limpopo cost effectively down there. So only the local players there are going to benefit largely from it.
The issue of the government not producing or not delivering projects or infrastructure to create demand, that is putting the whole market into a decline, where now we all have to fight into a residential market, which normally the bigger companies will not be fighting for smaller volumes. If the bigger infrastructure are available, the guys like PPC, the guys with muscles, they are able to go and focus on the bigger projects and leave us with our pie.
Given the challenges faced by the cement industry, Perry clarifies that they are not advocating for imports to be stopped altogether, but for imports to face the same costs as the local producers. He says this will ensure a level playing field. Diabo Sito, SABC News, Johannesburg.